I guess that second unit, I imagine it's not rigidly defined. Guys can play their way in and out of it a little bit. But when that group is on the floor, particularly, I guess, Trey, Malik, Jordan, Tamar, we saw CJ tonight. What does that group do well when it's on the floor together?
Well, again, I'm still learning. I haven't had an opportunity to really play these cats a lot of minutes together. So, we've had some practice time, but some of these guys have been in and out. So, it's hard to gauge it right now. I just got to stay with it and take it a practice at a time and see where it leads us.
Rabbit and Keegan.
I think of Jalen and Lake. What have they done that's impressed you the most, these two exhibitions?
Well, again, they've been solid, and they're doing all the things that we've been working on for the last 4.5, 5 months now. And it's nice to see, practice is totally different than the game. But I always felt if you develop good habits in practice, it could be a nice carryover for you in the ball games. And I think that's what's happening to these two guys.
Coach, given the small sample size and being two expedition games, how do you feel your team stacks up right now going into the season?
Only time will tell, man. I don't know. Again, these were two exhibition games. Yes, we were, our size was a big difference in both ball games. But we know as we continue this journey, we're going to face teams that are just as big as we are. And then we got to see what we made of. So, again, only time will tell. I was anxious to get these two games under our belt just to see where we were from a player-coach standpoint. And now it starts for real on Monday against Moorhead State. And, we got a lot of work on our hands still. The real thing starts Monday.
Dustin.
Coach, at various points, Trace, Malik, and Grace all been great tonight. Is that something you're also still trying to figure out what they're capable of?
No, I know they can do that. Trace and Race did that last year for us. I've gotten away, and I started this in Atlanta, coaching the Hawks. And when I coached the Knicks, I got away from the old conventional way of, the big gets it off the board, he gives it to the guard, he brings it up. We got a number of guys. We work on ball handling drills that I feel good about, guys making plays in the open court and being able to push to initiate our break. And now, until you prove me wrong, then I'll scale you back and take the ball out of your hands and tell you that, hey, you got to play the conventional way. But Race, Malik, and Trace have proven that they can make basketball plays in the open court.
Justin, the top.
Mike, obviously, Trace and Tamar were out the first one. What did you like from each of those guys just getting back in?
Well, again, Tamar has really been one of our most consistent guys in this journey since we've been together. Unfortunately, he got hurt, the past, week and a half, and it's kind of slowed him down. So it was good getting him back tomorrow. And Trace is who he is, man. He's gonna be there when it counts, and it was nice having him back in the lineup.
Tom and Jim.
Like Trace and Malik, those 2 6'9" left-handers, you had them out on the floor together at some times tonight. How do they mesh well on the floor when they're out there together?
Well, both can pass the ball, and both can make basketball plays. So, it helps us in terms of how we run our offense now. They can both run pick and roll. They can both post the ball. And they're smart enough when they're double teamed to get rid of it to the right guy. So, we just got to continue to grow, get Malik in a, really comfortable place where he's, where we're not trying to put him in a bad position defensively, because where Trace is used to switching and guarding smaller guys, he's not. And, we got to get him comfortable in that role.
Jim Monty.
Coach, there's talk about the rotations you've been asked about, substitutions and that, but with the
the elevated level of talent you had this year, is there a number that you are thinking that you'd like to get to at some point in the season, rotation wise, or is that?
It's hard to say, man. I wish I could play everybody 30 minutes on this team, but it's impossible, and but when you're building a team, and I've said this, when you get minutes, you got to make the most minutes, the most out of those minutes. You got to help us win. And if you don't play, you still got to be a good teammate, because you never know when your time will come. Somebody gets hurt and you grumbling and mumbling about not playing, and then now you're not ready to play. So I don't think we have that amongst our team. I think we got 17 guys. I mean, it's kind of nice to see what the walk-ons did today and coming in there, and not ever really playing much in a game. And they were solid based on the fact that they've been with us too, going through the grueling practices every day. So, I just think we got a good team that everybody's going to have to sacrifice and be willing to buy in to do what we need to do to get where we need to go.
Woody, free throw shooting has kind of been a bugaboo for 2 years, and it's only played 2 games and it cropped up today again with 11 of 18. What do you have to do? I know you can sit and practice all day and you still seem like game time and it just doesn't work out.
Well, George, don't jinx us. It's early right now. Really. No, I agree with what you're saying, man. We got to figure that part of it out. We score 100 points and we missed, 8 free throws? I mean, free throws are important. They're free. And I just got to get these guys to understand and relax and make them. That's, I can't. If I had a magic pill to give them, I would on free throws, but I just don't. And, it's something that can bite you in the butt if we're not careful, man. So, that's one of the first things I said before I broke huddle was our free throws. It's unacceptable. So we just somehow we got to figure it out.
Tyler inside.
Coach, you were talking to Don Fisher earlier this week just about Bob Knight instilling defense in his teams. I guess a 2-part question on that. 1, did you like playing defense in college? And 2, was there a moment where I guess the importance of defense really became evident to you in college?
Well, I tried to play defense, Bob Hamill. But Coach always thought I was probably the worst defender. I didn't think I was, but he probably thought so. But I did what I was told to do, and that was put the ball in the hole. And but no, I talk about defense so much because of my experience, not only playing for Coach Knight here the 4 years that I played, but that run that we made with that Detroit Piston team in the NBA when we beat the Lakers. That team defensively it would probably go down as the greatest defensive team ever. And I saw it up close firsthand, and I know it wins games. It won a championship for us. So, I got to push these guys in that direction. That gives us a chance, man, to be in every ball game if we defend and rebound it.
Obviously, in both these exhibition games, there have been a couple of moments where you had to pull Xavier aside and just have, one-on-one after play he made. I guess, just what have you seen from him in these games? What are you seeing from him in practice right now? Where's his head at going into it?
Well, I told Xavier after the game, you don't have to do it all this year. You really don't. I think we got enough pieces on this team that you can just do your part and not have to stress out about thinking you have to do everything. And that was my words to him, because, there's going to be nights X is going to really, really explode offensively and have big games, and there's going to be nights that might not happen. But he's still got to be Xavier Johnson for us. He's still got to defend. He's still got to get the ball where it's got to go and set us up, break press, defenses and things of that nature. So, it's just not his scoring ability. He's shown he can do that towards the end of last year. And I just think right now he's playing too fast. So I just got to slow him down and get him in a good frame of mind.
Coach, just want to get your thoughts on CJ Gunn. He gets 15 points, or 15 minutes, 9 points tonight, gets a block. And what do you see from him, and what are the important things for him? He gets some minutes this year.
Well, again, it's the minutes that you get. He played well tonight, but he made a lot of mistakes from a defensive standpoint, and you expect that, from freshmen. I get it, and I just got to get him where he understands that every possession counts. It's important. You could take possessions off in high school and get away with it, but the talent level is too steep now in the college game, and you can't take possessions off. So, and that's with all our freshmen. So it's, he just got to keep working. That's all I can tell him. Keep working.